Well, hello there my fine gardening friends, how the devil are you? Welcome to a beautiful afternoon, evening here in equally beautiful Nova Scotia. Spring is upon us definitely now. All sorts of things are springing up in the garden and it's a race against time for me to get lots of work done before those pesky black flies come in about sort of mid-May time, early May, depending on the weather. But I've got lots to do and I've been doing lots of projects. My contemplation garden at the back there, that's coming along nicely. Lots of sowing of seeds, potting on tomatoes, etc, etc, just general pruning. And I've just realised I've completely forgotten to do my honeysuckle hedge behind me. As you can see, it sort of extends all along the side of my property here. They are about something like 4 years old now, maybe 3 years old, and they're coming along nicely, but they're getting a bit leggy. I need to give them a good prune to get them sort of all in size. And even though it's actually a bit late, early spring, late winter's good, I might see if I can take a few hardwood cuttings. And I've had some good success with hardwood cuttings, even with these bushes. I've got 1, 2, 3 little bushes in between down there, and because I thought to myself, actually these are a bit wide apart, so I reckon I need to take the space up a bit. So if I get some cuttings, they normally take quite easily, things like this honeysuckle or the dogwoods, or as you can see, my little my hand showing you there, some privet hedge that I took late winter last year, and I've got 3 there that are coming on, and they're going to help me replace or extend my privet hedge up the top there. But back to the honeysuckle. Quite easy really, just to bring them down. Why don't we come in a bit closer and we can have a look to see what I am going to do. So, as with most pruning of shrubs, bushes, that sort of thing, it's normally the 3 Ds, getting rid of any dead, damaged or diseased branches. Not got much in the way of diseased or damaged in this thing, although down here, this is a bit sort of got some crossing branches, so anything that's crossing is normally going inwards, is normally not a good idea, because once they start rubbing up against each other like here or down here, they can cause little wounds and die off. So anything that's crossing or weak looking, get rid of that. But mostly here, I don't want leaders to form and then just push off up there like that. I want to start, you know, I want everything to be going at the same sort of height and creating that nice bush effect. So really, I'm going to cut these top ones right back to a couple of buds, as you can see there, and then that'll stimulate them to form buds, and we'll try make sure this leader doesn't go off on its own. And these ones here, what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to pull this bottom stuff off, and then I'm just going to cut that back to say that growth point there, like that, and I'm just going to stick that in the ground and see if that will take. Like I said, it might be a bit late because we've got these here, but actually I'll cut these back too, and just have, you know, these top couple, I'm going to stick that in the ground in a minute, I'll show you, and hopefully a couple of them out of the 30 or so that I take may take and grow roots. So we'll see. Anyway, let's get on with this. So I want to keep this, excuse me, we'll need to sharpen these secateurs. It's not very good, is it? these all around the same sort of height. That's good. Cut that one down. Excellent. And anything going outwards, I just want to make sure that they're sort of keeping in the bounds of what I want them to be. All of these long leaders I'm going to cut off the first couple of bits anyway, just to sort of stimulate a bit of lateral growth. You know, eventually I want them to be a good 5 foot high, but at the moment I want them to keep that bushiness. But really, on this one, that's it. So I'm just going to go down the line and make sure that all of them, I'll just cut off the leaders to stimulate that growth, and then a couple of the long ones I'll take for cuttings, like this one. I'll do these, go down the line, and then we'll go and have a look at the cuttings. Whoa, all the old knees. So that is everything, basically giving a bit of a cut all the way down. Now I'm going to have a look at, quick show you how, you know, with the hardwood cuttings, just basically putting them in the earth. One other thing I'm going to do, I feel like I need to do, is put a nice mulch down all the way along, you know, either side of the bushes. Give them a bit of an extra chance so that they're not always competing against the grass. What I'm going to do is put some cardboard down and then some bark chippings on top of that, just like I've done with my hedge, little hedge up the top there, and that's bark chippings. And with the privet hedge I've used seaweed down there because that's easy as well. So I need to do that, and then that will help to feed the actual bushes, shade the roots, keep the moisture in, and so kill off all the grass along here, so that they're not having to compete with the grass for food, etc., and water. But there you go, quick and easy. Done that one. Quick and easy, just giving them a little haircut just to stimulate the side lateral growth, and I'll take some cuttings. So let's go and have a look at putting the cuttings in. Right, so as I said, it's a little bit late. Could have done with it taking these cuttings before the actual buds had opened, etc. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. They're only going to go on the compost heap otherwise, aren't they? So what I'm going to do, there's the top, there's the bottom. I'm going to cut the top off just above a bud there, and then I'm going to cut this bottom piece about a pencil length. I want it just below a bud, and I'll do it at a bit of an angle. Then I'm going to take these buds off all the way up, just so it's not having to do too much work, and I'm just going to leave these top ones in like that. And then all I'm going to do, this is seaweed, it's a bit hard actually, all I'm going to do is poke that in about halfway down in the earth. You can use a dibber to, you know, to make the hole if you want to, but this compost is quite soft in here anyway. Nice. This is my my sort of cut flower come cut tulips bed experiments, things like that. So let's do another one. So we want it about a pencil length. I'm going to cut that about there, and then I'm going to cut it just below the bud there. Take these buds off. You know, like I said, bit late, but what does it matter? A few minutes here and I could be saving myself pounds and pounds, or should I say dollars and dollars, over here in Canada, of money, which I have on if you can see, I'll show you my my dogwoods up the top there, they're all taken from cuttings, and absolutely beautiful they are now. And they would, what are they? They've got to be like $20 each, something like that. So, you know, there's a good $200 worth, $300 worth of bushes there. So saved myself just from some cuttings, and you know, 10 minutes work. So I'm going to cut that one there, and there, strip these off. Now when these get going, I might take some actual softwood cuttings, you know, so that's taking cuttings from this year's growth. And we'll see how we get on. I'm also, what I'm going to do is take a load of these up to the greenhouse and get a pot and just put them in a pot in some earth all around the outside. Right, I'm going to carry on with this. I think you've seen how I do it now. Fingers crossed we might get some bushes out of it. Either way, that's done. Job's a good one.